Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Twitter. I just feel like it's a perfect moment to just throw glitter. What's up, guys? It's Friday. You've made it. Cue Rebecca Black. Did you know she's still making music crazy? It's so crazy. Good morning, everyone. It is I, Danny, back for your Friday daily dose of Dork. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Maria. And good morning, deranged lunatic. Good morning, all. Got some crazy stuff to talk about today. I've heard some things. I've put some pieces together, and I think I know what they're going to do in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So, just in case I am right yet again, spoiler warning. Even if, I don't know, is speculation, is it a spoiler warning, really? I guess if I'm wrong, it's not. But before we go any further, do me a huge favor. Help support the channel in the easiest and freest way possible. Just hit that like button. Give me a big fat thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you're new. And ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy goodness. I'm like a whole ass minute late because I was jamming to Boston. I love Boston. I really do. It's a great band. Yeah. So what's up with you guys? You got plans for the weekend? Big old plans. Deranged Lunatic says, I heard the rumors are true. The new Snow White is a train wreck. Yeah, I heard it did like 3 million last night. I've heard things about the film, and that tells me that it's not Snow White. It's a totally different story. So it is not a remake of the 1937 classic where the Grimm's fairy tale is totally different. So I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it so I can review it. That's what we do. Yeah. Review things. If you want to see my reviews, head on over to comicsand.squarespace.com and just go to the navigation. Danny reviews stuff. It's all right there. Check her out. But let's see what headlines we got real quick before we dive into our main topic, giving you my thoughts, my speculations, the rumors, if you will, about Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and what's really going on with Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom. So first and foremost, we spoke yesterday about The Mandalorian and Grogu being the lowest budget film since the prequels, since Revenge of the Sith. Well, that budget of $166 million apparently is rumored to be significantly higher than that reported amount. It's rumored to actually be $320 million, and that comes from Jeff Snyder. Omari says, good morning. Good morning, Omari. He says at least $319 million of that was Pedro Pascal's asking price. Probably the man is high in demand at the moment. Most certainly is. But yes, it's saying that it's actually $320 million. Does that affect our opinion, hope, or concern for this film going forward? What do we think? I was kind of excited when I saw that it was 166 million. You guys know that. You were here. I feel like a lower budget forces you to be more ingenuitive, more creative, problem solving. A big bloated budget. Wrote a song about it. A big bloated budget, to me, it just doesn't mean much in the sense of, oh, I bet that story's going to be amazing. We've seen some big bloated budget blowouts, especially from Disney Star Wars, quite a lot recently. So the big budgets don't really scream good news for us anymore, I don't believe. So that's my opinion. I'm eager to hear yours. Tell me in the chat below. Does this rumor about the budget being $320, does that give you concern? Does that encourage you? Okay, just making sure my lights I forgot to check them. Does this give you concern for the film? Does this encourage you? Tell me in the chat below. What do you think? I have concerns. Okay, so now we're hearing, and this is from Daniel RPK, so take it with a grain of salt. Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures reportedly casting a 30 to 50-year-old actress to portray a main villain in the currently untitled Spider-Man 4 film. I think it's Lady Doc Ock, personally. Good morning, Loki Jarson. It encourages me that I was right when I said the budget would be massive. Ha! Deranged Lunatic, I'm from Missouri, so they're gonna have to show me. Yeah, boy. Why do they call it the show me state? Because you gots to show me. Okay, that's the answer. That's the answer, actress from Civil War. You gots to show us. By the way, this Missouri weather is really pissing me off. It's really messing up my farming. Midwestern farmers are struggling right now. Loki says there are going to be 50 plus characters in the Spider-Man solo movie. Yeah, kind of like Superman. Hopefully there's enough screen time for Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movie. Good morning, Penny, and her laundry. Good morning, dear. Good morning. So yeah, this just kind of furthers my theory that it's going to be Lady Doc Ock, main villain. Tell me your thoughts below. Deranged Lunatic says they're not kidding. This Missouri weather is a pain in the butt. Y'all know I planted all of those fruit trees a couple weeks ago. Okay. I planted 20 plus different varieties of vegetables. Nothing has sprouted. My trees are all but dead. The Farmer's Almanac was like, no, you're good. Go for it. Go for it. And I was like, all right. Put stuff in the ground. Then the storms hit. Then the wind wouldn't die down. And now it's butt cold again. So listen, Missouri, get it together. Sorry about that. Had to rant for a second. Okay, so we got some looks from the Daredevil Born Again season 2 set. Ooh, more F-bombs. F-Fisk, it says. F him in his F-hole, apparently. No more martial law. So, Fisk has declared martial law. What I heard a year or so ago was that in this season, he becomes mayor, which we have seen. So, spoiler warning if you haven't If you don't want to know what could possibly happen, Fisk becomes mayor. He outlaws vigilantes, which we are seeing happening. And Daredevil teams up with Spider-Man. I originally heard that Fisk was going to be the big bad in Spider-Man 4. Now we're saying it's a lady. It's a lady. It's a lady. But I heard that Daredevil and Spider-Man were going to team up to take on Kingpin to stop the martial law and the anti-vigilante stuff. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning. Why wouldn't Fisk? Why wouldn't he? Yeah. Good question. Why wouldn't Fisk's decision get immediately overturned by a court? There we go. Payoffs? Corruption? They agree with him? I don't know. It's not like the court systems work like they're supposed to 100% of the time in reality as it is. Deranged Lunatic says, well, in the comic books, the Kingpin was originally Spider-Man's arch nemesis. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Let's see. We've got more. Ooh, Fisk you. Check that out. It's pretty clever. A sad Lady Liberty. So it looks like, I don't know. Is it possible? Would it be possible for Spider-Man to show up in season 2? Do you think Sony would sign off on that? But we're now hearing that Spider-Man 4 is multiversal. And the big bad is going to be a lady. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I think it would be cool. But I have a very strong suspicion that Sony would not sign off on Spidey showing up in Daredevil. Exactly. How deep are Disney's pockets? Deranged Lunatic asks. They're pretty deep. Don't get me wrong. They're like their own sovereign nation at some, some stretch of the imagination. But Sony really likes to just dig their heels in. Like, you, Feige. Fernando says, nope. 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 You're probably right. Sony doesn't like to play ball. At least not with Disney. Not that I entirely blame them, All right. Any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about the Daredevil season 2 pictures? Location, I should say. This all looks outside. Let me know. I guess it's out of order again. Out of order. Oh, speaking of Daredevil, the original Netflix series that is now on Disney Plus has seen a 153% increase in watch hours since the release of Daredevil Born Again. Abby. Makes sense, right? Absolutely makes sense. I wonder how they're liking it. Nicole says, I'm excited to see what is coming for Daredevil. Me too. Me too. It is a very good thing for Marvel. To be fair, Disney plays hardball as well. Exactly. So I'm saying I can't really blame Sony too much. Everyone knows how Disney is. It's not a secret. But the original Netflix series that's on Disney Plus now is seeing 153 increase in watch time. 153% increase. So apparently the show Daredevil Born Again has sparked so much interest that people are wanting to check out what went on before. I mean, if you've never seen the Netflix series, that first episode, Foggy dying, I mean, it was an amazing, amazing scene. So well written, acted, produced, literally everything. You're going to want to know why you feel so much emotion towards this Foggy dude and Karen. You want to figure it out. Why is this happening? So I can see that definitely being a factor. Okay. Drinking chai again. Now this is really annoying how they just absolutely throw everything out of order in my bookmarks. Filming on season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters has wrapped. Love that series. I am telling you, Apple TV has some of the best quality streaming out there. I mean, top-notch quality. Monarch, Foundation, For All Mankind, Severance. If you have not watched the 2 seasons that are available for Severance, stop what you're doing, turn this off, go watch it right now, come back and talk to me. That is one of the best series that has come out in years. Dave absolutely loves it. There's a few episodes where he's like, let's watch that again. That is a very un-Dave-like thing to do. Okay, he's not a huge TV person, doesn't really care that much about sci-fi or anything at all. So for him to say, let's watch that one again, that's a huge, huge, huge deal. Huge deal. The finale came out last night and it knocked it out of the park. Fernando, yes, Apple is insanely, insanely overrated. Go check it out. Let me see if I can find. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it because is that it? No, that's not what I'm talking about, but I'll put that up on the screen so we have something to look at while talking about it. This finale was just impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. It gave you just enough to be satisfied with the season, but not too satisfied to where you're not like, oh my God, I need season 3 right now. I have so many more questions. Gwendolyn Christie with the goat. I mean, Mr. Milchek. What is this? Trammell. He's so good at what he does. It's just, oh my God. There is this scene where they're celebrating Mark and he brings in a marching band, and this marching band just plays throughout no matter what. They're just like, the band plays on. The show must go on. Don't stop. Don't stop. There's a big fight, a battle going on. There's a vending machine involved. And that marching band is just like, Choreography and Merriment is the name of the marching band. It was just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Is there enough on Apple TV to justify the monthly cost? Lord Jesus, yes. Yes. After you watch the first 2 seasons, or the 2 seasons that are available for Severance, move on to the 4 or 5 seasons of For All Mankind. C has multiple seasons, and C was a very interesting show too. Jason Momoa led. Okay, C is a great show. Then you have Foundation. Foundation is phenomenal. It's based on Isaac Asimov's books. Oh my gosh, what else is there? There's Monarch Legacy of Monsters. There's one season of it. They just wrapped season 2. Monarch Legacy of Monsters is just awesome. That stars Kurt and Wyatt Russell, father and son, playing the same character many, many years apart in the Godzilla King Kong universe. I'm telling you, check it out. It's so good. Apple TV, very good, underrated. At some point, an accountant at Apple is going to say, this ain't worth it anymore. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Apple makes $157 billion a day. 1.5 billion a day. They can afford to lose $1 billion a year on streaming. That's nothing to them. That's why they let their creatives just create. They can afford to. Logan says, and that's mean it's okay to blow money on shows less than 3 million people watch. I don't think it's less than. I'm telling you, dude. I am telling you. Russell family are great actors, says Fernando. Yes, they are. I don't think it's less than 3 million. We'll have to actually dig into that. But For All Mankind is very popular. Severance has been insanely popular, especially this last season. This season saw I think it's a 53% higher viewer, whatever, 53% more viewers than season 1. It increased quite a bit. And it brings attention to other Apple Plus or Apple TV stuff. Like, this is over. I've got an Apple Plus or Apple TV account. What else they got? Checks out For All Mankind, and it's all over with. You get someone to watch For All Mankind, that'll make you a believer in Apple TV. Hard agree. I said what I said. They've got more money than God at this point. They probably have more money. Apple has more money than Disney. Like, they can afford it. Trust me. Trust and believe. All right, guys. Wish I could find that post to show you how much Apple actually makes. I just saw it this morning. But they got renewed for season 3. Severance did officially announced it last night after the finale. So hot dog, we're all very excited for that. Severance is an amazingly put together show. It's got so many moving parts. I don't know how they're keeping track. I have no idea. It's so hard to keep up with, but it's so good. It's one of those shows that I think it's so smart, but I'm not quite smart enough, but just smart enough to like enjoy it, but not entirely smart enough to really be able to keep track. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. Good morning. Are you a fan of Severance? You should be. The show's amazing. The writing, the acting, the production. The Emmys next year are going to be insanely contentious. I'm telling you, there have been we're not even halfway into the year. And I'm telling you, the Emmys next year are going to be ridiculously tight. Is the recent Star Trek series an Apple show? No. That is Paramount Plus. Star Trek has been owned by CBS for a long, long time. That's Paramount Plus on Prime. Amazon Prime. I love you, Severance. All right. So, sliding into our MCU stuff, this is something that came out like a week ago, but it's kind of funny. Scarlett Johansson keeps getting asked about Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. She keeps being asked if Natasha's coming back, if Black Widow's coming back. And she says she's dead. She's dead. She's dead, okay? Look, I think the balance of the entire universe is held in her hand. We're going to have to let it go. She saved the world. Let her have her hero moment. She's tired of being asked about it. She's tired. Let her have her moment. And she sued Disney, man. It's going to take a hell of a paycheck. Hell of a paycheck to bring her back. But I think she is. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. But not as you think. Remember, exactly what I was saying. She sued Disney and won. But I think she's going to show up. So let's talk Doomsday. Let's talk Doomsday and Secret Wars. So if you don't want the movies possibly spoiled for you, I would go ahead and hit the exit. I have no actual 100% physical evidence of this, what I'm about to say. This is just kind of what I've been put together throughout things that the Russos have publicly said, comic books, a couple of sources, and some other YouTubers that, I watch, and they give their opinions and stuff. So let me see if I can pull up a nice Dr. Doom photo. Okay. So the Russos are saying that Feige wanted RDJ back as Doom. But apparently the Russos had an idea. I can't remember the writer's name. Oh my God, I knew this would happen. But the Russos have been sitting on this idea for quite some time. It was an unused idea from years ago. And they were like, wait a minute. I think this will solve a problem for us. Because when you have all these tens of movies, like how many movies are there? There's like almost 40 Marvel movies at this point. And then you've got the streaming shows and everything. And it's supposed to be all connected. Okay. It's supposed to be all connected. But you have all these different directors working on all these different films, and they each have their own vision for what's going on in their film. And then when you have the ensemble stuff, basically you have to find ways to make the story fit together with all those moving pieces. And that's why a lot of times, most of the time, they make a lot of changes to, source material. They're using the source material more for inspiration than anything else. Frustrating, I know, but it does make some logical sense. You've got all these different things going on. You've got to find a way to make it all fit organically to this one, culmination, this one satisfying conclusion. So Fernando says, too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, causes problems. But the Russos have even said only Robert Downey Jr. can play Doom this way. Only he can. There's no one else who can. And here's why. Loki says there are apparently new looks at Ironheart Everyone's fave character. Yeah, there is. And I put it in my bookmarks and I can't find them now because Twitter moves them around. It's very frustrating. This happens every single time I open my bookmarks now. Like I am looking through it or I'm reading something and the screen kind of flashes and then everything's jumbled up. Super frustrating. Who knows where it is in my bookmarks now? I even save it to a specific folder so that it's all in order. And anywho, here's the theory. And it's not just my theory. Others have this theory as well. The reason why they chose RDJ is because he was never really Tony Stark. Sit on that a second. He was never really Tony Stark. In our main Marvel continuity, that wasn't biologically Tony Stark. He's biologically Victor Von Doom and adopted by the Starks and raised to be a hero. Incoming theory. So, it was all part of Kang's plan, like He Who Remains plan. That was, he's going around, he's pruning universes. Okay, he's pruning universes. And part of his sacred timeline was you couldn't have an actual Victor Von Doom because he's a bad guy. He's evil. So what he does is he makes sure that little baby Victor is adopted by the Starks. And the Starks decide to never tell him, or they are told, or what have you, never tell him he's adopted. He has to be raised as Tony Stark to be a hero so that he can snap existence back. Destroy Thanos and snap existence back. And it is Victor Von Doom in Battle World who creates his God Emperor Doom empire on Battle World that is so angry that, and heartbroken, obviously, that He Who Remains has destroyed all of his lives, all Victor Von Dooms everywhere. And now that He Who Remains is gone, he's like, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to gather up all these heroes and bad guys. I'm going to go around saving all my variants. And I'm going to fix this. So I think all of the original cast is going to come back for Doomsday and Secret Wars, playing evil versions of themselves. Well, it's not exactly a retcon. It's just something that hasn't come out yet, technically. I hope that is not really the story. Please, the Russos be lying. Well, I never said the Russos said this. I said the Russos said that only RDJ can play Doom this way. If Kang had the power to do that, why couldn't he just do that to Thanos? Or why couldn't the Eternals? Because that was part of the sacred timeline. And that Victor Von Doom, okay, is creating this big army. And he is going to where Loki is. Where Loki has, all the timelines in that tree of life, world's tree. Good morning, Taco Cat. Good morning. So Doom needs to get to where Loki is, because that maybe is where the World Forge was or is, and it's dormant. And the Negabands, the 10 rings, they're part of the World Forge, and that's why they can do what they do. So Doom is going around collecting variants and looking for all these pieces to the World Forge so he can remake things the way he wants to. Deranged Lunatic. I'll be honest, I'm tired of them rehiring the same actors for different roles. Yeah, that does get boring. But I'm kind of interested in this World Forge Doom story. Loki says, you're describing a cool comic story. Won't happen in film. This is just my speculation, bro. This is my speculation. The Russos have said that they are taking inspiration from the 80s, the 84, 85 run of Secret Wars and the 2000s version. In the 84, 85 one, the Beyonder was just a person. It was just one person. But then in the later Secret Wars, they retconned it to where he was one of the Beyonders. The Beyonders are these beings that are just beyond our comprehension. Okay? So I think they're incorporating, I mean, they kind of have to. If they're taking inspiration from both of those comics, they would kind of have to incorporate the Beyonders. But that's what leads me to believe that we're doing some World Forge stuff here. That's why Loki's involved. He's got to get to Loki so he can make it whatever he wants. Black Suit Spidey, I believe that's going to happen. I think that Spidey's going to get killed or something. He's going to get really hurt on Battle World. And he's going to be saved by the Venom symbiote. That's my theory. That's my theory. By the way, I have that. I have that hanging up right there. And the Face of Doom. The first Secret Wars Face of Doom and Black Suit Spidey. I got them for free. I can't stop saying it. Somebody was dumb. It just gave them to me. But what do you think of my theory? Nah? I think it would make a really cool story. You've got these worlds all kind of colliding on Battle World. Yeah. I think Doom tries to like harness the power of Goliath, and I just like the Void. I like the idea that the Void kind of turns into Battle World. I want to see some Battle World. Come on, man. Who doesn't? But that's my theory. I think this Tony Stark was always Victor Von Doom. Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS says, if that's what they do to Tony Stark, then I'm out of the MCU altogether. I think a lot of people will feel that way. I swear to God, if they bring in Tom Cruise as a Tony Stark or a legit Tony Stark, I'm going to be so mad. That will make me leave. I can't handle Tom Cruise. And no, he doesn't need to be in superhero movies. Tom Cruise needs to do comedy. Okay. Nobody wants to hear that, but Tom Cruise needs to do comedy and stick with it. Loki says, I have several thousand Marvel comments. That stuff fits in perfectly, but I just don't know if you can dumb it down to be a 2 hour and 30-minute story for normies. Depends on how good a writers they turn out to be. But thank you. Do you like my theory? Fernando says, does Spider-Man have to be released before Doomsday for your theory to work with Spider-Man? I think Spider-Man dies in Secret Wars. I think Doomsday comes out, then Spider-Man, then Secret Wars. Let's check that. Does Spider Okay, here we go. Okay, so Spider-Man 4 comes out in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. I was correct. Correct. So it could work. It could work. I just got tea on my glasses because I was very enthusiastic. Did you see my naked face? No. Okay, my mask is back on. Better. Anyone else have any opinions on my speculation and theory? Let's do this together. Let's do this together. Anyone else have any speculation or theories on what they're going to do? I'd watch it. I'd watch it hard. Speaking of cool comic book stories, I really need to get back to work on my cool comic book story. I just get so, like, there's not enough hours in the day. I fell asleep on the couch yesterday doing research for the question, like writing in my notebook. Deranged lunatic. Oh no, you took your mask off. Now we know your secret identity. I know. What would my superhero name be? What would it be? I can't think of anything cool to say. I mean, ever, but especially not right now. I'd probably have like Hulk power or something like that. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Fernando, can the filming of the Odyssey delay Spider-Man 4? Nah. They're well underway with Odyssey. Yeah, only if Holland gets hurt. I don't think he will. They're very, very precious with their precious little baby. Yeah, I don't think it's going to interfere. They're well underway. He's due to start filming Spider-Man 4 as soon as he's done. Good morning, Truth King. Good morning. You just missed my theory. You missed my speculation for Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think it's a good one. Even Loki told me it's good, but he doesn't think they'll do it. But thank you. But yeah, I should probably do some actual comic book work this weekend myself. My artist is supposed to have some sketches soon, and I'll share that with the Patreon. If you would like to see what we're working on with the comic book adaptation of my novel, go to patreon.com/comicsand, join the official Nerdling Army. That's right. You get exclusive content like the comic I'm working on, some other ramblings and writings, other exclusive content, exclusive merch you get every 3 months for your first year of membership, access to the exclusive Nerdling Army chat, behind the scenes, outtakes when I have them, and you can request breakdowns. That's right. You can. It's the only place you can. So like I said, I fell asleep yesterday working on my DC Comics The Question breakdown as requested by Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. So do yourself a favor. There's 3 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. Join the official Nerdling Army today by going to patreon.com/comicsand. Good morning, Nerdling First Class. Keto, where you been? Where you been? You said there was a request you had also, and I can't remember where it was. I couldn't find it in the chat. So tell me, what was the breakdown you wanted, Nerdling First Class Kino? Fernando says, what role do you think Chris Evans will play in Doomsday? Hydra Cap. He's totally Hydra Cap. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Evil Captain America equals Hydra Cap. Hydra Cap. Guy Gardner. That's right. Well, I did like a full Green Lantern breakdown. It's like all the Green Lanterns of Earth Sector a few years ago. So that's still up there. But I could see myself doing like an actual legit Guy Gardner. Yeah. Could do that. Okay, then. He's such a douche. I love Guy because he's such a douche. He wasn't always a douche. It was after his coma. Mm-hmm. After his coma. But I got big plans of writing, staring depressedly out my back window at my farm. It's been devastated by the Midwestern storms. But lots of writing, lots of research. Hopefully, I'd like to record the question breakdown next week. And then start some Guy Gardner writing. But I definitely have some like serious comic book writing and book writing that I need to get done that I've just not been doing because life, man. Life is busy, especially as a mom and a mom who talks to strangers on the internet about cartoon characters. Fernando says, I'm punishing myself this weekend by taking my niece to watch Snow White. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that too so I can review it. We'll see. Deranged Lunatic says, well, if you remember just a few years ago, we had snow in May in Missouri. You shut your mouth, sir. You shut your mouth, sir. Truth King, will King Thanos appear as a good guy in Avengers Doomsday to fight the evil Avengers? I say yes. I say yes. I also see another version of Thanos on Team God Emperor Doom. God Emperor Doom, who has killed Reed Richards, and convinced, like, hypnotized, brainwashed Sue Storm and his children that they are his. I see that happening. Oh, yeah. Totally going to happen. Secret Wars. That's my speculation. Totally going to happen. Do you see Ultron making an appearance? Yes! I see everyone making an appearance. Everyone. Yeah. Uh-huh. White Vision, all of them. All of them. They're coming back. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the biggest movie ever. Everyone's saying it. Keanu Reeves, Beyonder showing up. That would be dope. That would be dope. Yes. Nicole, I'm ready for it. Yeah, I think it's going to be dope. How about the Roger Corman Fantastic Forecast showing up? If only. I think it's possible. I think it's happening. I do. The way people went nuts in Deadpool Wolverine, there's no way they're not going to try and recapture that. You know how these studios are. They catch lightning in a bottle once. They think they can do it 3, 4, 5 million times. Take my money. Yes. You know, the real Madam Web showing up. You might be onto something because for Spider-Man 4, they are looking to cast a woman in her 30s to 50s. I think it's like the lady Doc Ock, but could be the real Madam Web. Will Franklin Richards play an important role in Fantastic Four? I think he might. I think he just might. I mean, why else would you introduce him already? Franklin Richards is probably the most powerful Marvel character. I mean, he was so OP, he was so overpowered that they had to retire him from the comics because it made things too easy. It made it too easy. Deranged Lunatic, I don't think Keanu Reeves would work with Disney. You never know. He's got a lot of charities to support. He do. But any last minute questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts, leave it in the chat below. We're going to wrap this up because it's Friday. We got to get down on Friday. Yeah, I got work to do. You guys got work to do. You guys got like weekend fun stuff to do. He did. Kino says he worked with Pixar as Ken. He did. But do me a favor, while you're on your way out, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy goodness. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, thank you. I cannot keep this show going without the support from nerds like you. If you would like to see all the ways you can help support the channel, check the comments below, or check the description below. Visit my website, comicsand.squarespace.com, or you can scan this QR code right here. That'll take you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua. You can tip me as little or as much as you like, or you can send me Cash App. You can send it through Cash App, but all proceeds, 1000%, go to paying for the software to keep this on the air, equipment, everything. It helps support this show. Because as you know, I'm not monetized yet. I got like 1,200 more hours to go before I can even apply. So the only way I can keep the show going is by support from guys like you. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. If Cash App and Buy Me a Coffee are not your things, then like I told you earlier, the Patreon. The Patreon pays for what you see here. That is how I support all this. With the Adobe, with the StreamYard, the equipment, between Patreon and donations, that's how I keep the show going. I'm also an affiliate for places like CorusVault.com/comicsand. Superhero collectibles and merch. All in one place. CorusVault.com/comicsand. And use my code comicsand at checkout for 10% off your purchase today. And I have the same affiliate deal going on with shopapotheosis.com/comicsand. You need comic books, you want a comic book subscription box, apparel, collectibles, games, you name it. If you're in St. Louis or around St. Louis, it's a bar. But go check out shopapotheosis.com/comicsand and use code comicsand at checkout for 10% off your purchase today. If I need to research, this is what I do. This is what I do. Yeah, facts. I'm also a member of the Red 5 Network. That's right. This podcast is powered by Red 5, as you can see right there. We look good in red because we are a collection of content creators and podcasters that are exclusively delivering you nerdy content every single day. So, if you are a fan of this podcast, if you like what I'm putting out, chances are you're going to like more of the Red 5 family of podcasts and content creators. Just visit red5.bio.link today to find more of your Red 5 podcasts. But that is all I've got for you guys this week. Have an amazing weekend. Have a great time. I'm going to be behind the scenes working my substantial derriere off for you guys so I can give you some more awesome content. But that's all I got. So I will see you Monday morning, bright and not that early, at 11:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. But until then, be kind to each other and keep your eye out, because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!